one might be a bit easier to kind of fire back into it and then catch both. Step the foot through to the volume to get some tension. And obviously when I lean this way, this hole gets better. Work here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to HarroWall. Been a little while since I've been here. It's nice to change it up again and climb on some different walls with different wall features. So I'm probably going to focus on a bit of overhang today. Just feel a bit stronger for now. Going to warm up, see how we get on with that, and then hopefully progress into some of the harder climbs on this one. But yeah, no real plan as usual. Just going to jump into something difficult a bit later on, and I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, going to jump into a V5 now. It's this orange one here. Starts with 2 hands on this big volume. There's not loads of friction on these volumes compared to Euston Wall for the similar types. They're quite flat, less features on them if you like, for grip. So that's going to be interesting. It's going to be a little bit different to what I'm used to, but we'll see how we get on with that. And then there's a hold up here, little foothold here, a couple of crimps on this part of the volume, and then another big slopey hold. And then another hold here, another hold here, and there's a little undercling on the left before the top hold at the top. So looks like quite a physical route. I'm going to jump into that and see how it goes. Oh, got there in the end. Took me a few attempts to figure out that sequence, and this hole is really slippy. I actually thought it'd be easier to canvas to save that cut feet in the end, but that last attempt I did a bicycle on this and just kept it in, and then rode for that hold, and then that was more secure. And actually cutting feet from that wasn't too bad to hold the swing. I managed to catch myself before I stepped out, but yeah, tricky, very physical, as you can hear from my heavy breathing, I'm sure. But yeah, really cool route that one. Nice 5. Okay, going to try another V5 now. It's a yellow one. Starts with 2 hands on this very chalky hole. And then there's a hold here. Nice jug. Foothold next to it. Foot down here. And then there's a little hold here. Another nice hold here. Bit of a foothold over here. A couple of holds up in this area. And then a few more in the sequence up to the top, and there's a little foot chip on the right here as well. Yeah, relatively tricky to read. I'm going to talk through what I'm thinking on it, and yeah, just give it a go after that. Okay, so the way I'm reading this, obviously 2 hands on this hold, left foot on the foothold, and then come into this, probably change feet on the lower hold and flag the left foot. Just going to have to come over with the right to here, and probably get the foot back on the start hold. Come up with the left hand, get a higher foot, come into the right hand on there, and then maybe foot on to come out to the left, bump the right round, and then come over with the left, out with the right, and then bump the last hold. I mean, the last hold looks like a bit of a joke, but there's a foothold here as well if I need that one as well a bit later on. So we'll see how it goes. It's quite a long route, so try and conserve some energy on the way up. Cool. Yeah, read that quite well. It was pretty simple to read, but I think the best thing that I did from all that was not cutting feet. I managed to keep tension through my toes coming up to these holds. I didn't cut feet once, so I made that route 5 times easier probably, because I didn't cut feet to waste energy. So then I could have a lot more weight through my feet, less weight through the hands, and that made it a lot easier to get through to the top. So yeah, happy with how I climbed that one. Okay, I'm going to move on to this green V7 now. It's quite tricky to read, not sure how it's meant to be done. It starts with 2 hands on this rather large hold. There's another one just above it. And then there's a pretty small foot on here. It comes back up to a couple of holds on these volumes. Up here, and then quite a few pinchy holds clustered together. And then another hold here. Foothold around the corner here, and then a nice little side pull up here, and there's a foot low down there, and a number of feature holds up here before what looks like a jug at the top. But yeah, struggling to read how this is exactly meant to be done, but I'll just talk through what I'm thinking as usual, and then give it a few goes and hopefully figure out the beta from there. Okay, so the way I'm reading this, obviously 2 hands on this hold to start with, and quite a high foot. I'm assuming to bump to this hold first, and then the tricky part is going to be coming back to these 2. I think it's going to be right hand on this and come back with the left to this hold, step the foot through to the volume to get some tension and really lean up into that, and then come out with the right hand, and then from there I can pinch out to this, maybe with a toe hook on this as well, just for balance. There's a few pinchy holds to navigate through here. I'm going to have to cut feet from the toe at some stage. I think when I got my right hand on this bigger hold on the right side and left hand on the higher hold, and then probably have to push off the corner of the volume to come up to the side pull, which looks like quite a good edge, so I should be able to cut feet on that and then quickly get foot onto here. I think I'm going to have to get left foot on that and then push up to the middle height right side hold with the left hand, and then walk the feet through to here, come up with the right hand, probably to the right side hold, and then bump to the next one, foot onto the left, and then left in the undercling on this lower hold here, and then come up with the left again to the top, or maybe over with the right, I'm not sure, we'll see. But yeah, I think the hardest bit to navigate from the bottom is this section. You have to just jump on and have a feel for it and see how it goes, but yeah, I'm finding it's quite tricky to read, to be honest. That is tough. It's not loads to grip onto that. I think I caught the hold right, didn't get my thumb over the top. But yeah, it's quite a big pinch. And then you've got to push really hard with your toes to come up and lean into that. Then all the weight is going to be through the left hand. So I need to catch that well and kind of just commit to it and come into both hands, I think, rather than trying to do it statically with just the left and then come very slowly into this one. It might be a bit easier to kind of fire back into it and then catch both. Okay, progress. Like I thought, I had to just commit to it and fire into the right hand as well. Just not strong enough to hold just the one hand on the left there, so really happy to get that move. And then like I thought, the next sequence, not really sure what I'm doing. This lower pinch is quite good. The one above it, I just caught it in the wrong place. Feels a lot worse. So I need to figure out how to position myself to come up to these holds better. I'm not too sure what the sequence is yet. Just have a little think about that and then give you an update of what I'm thinking. Ah, is that what that is? Okay, I just had a thought of what could be the case, because this lower hold's pretty good, as I mentioned, and from that position it feels okay. And obviously when I lean this way, this hold gets better. So the more I lean that way, the best. I think there could be a knee bar between this foot and this big hold here. So from that lower hold and that left hand, if I then kick my foot high and swing it into a knee bar, that's kind of what I'm seeing at the minute. Take a lot of strain off my hands. Because initially I was looking for something to push off with this side, but I couldn't find any, there's obviously no holds here. But that would have the same effects by using a knee bar between these two and take a lot of weight off my hands, and I'll be able to get the left hand up and then bump into here and then come around the side pull. So that looks like quite a viable option. I'm just going to give that a go in isolation to see how it feels. Yeah, it could obviously not be correct, but it looks like a good distance for what I'm thinking. See how easy it is to get in position. If I can get there. Okay, I didn't quite nail that, but I do think that's the option. I think that's the play. I didn't quite get my knee in properly, but it felt like the right move. It fits nicely, and it felt relatively secure, but I wasn't fully secure. So if I can get that right, I'm pretty sure that's the way it's meant to be done. And then I can bump the hand, come up with the left, and come into the side pull from that. So that makes more sense, which is really cool. Clever set. Oh, loads better. Still wasn't that secure in the knee bar. Just not quite getting the knee in the right place. But I managed to get high enough on it to then release the left hand and get the right hand up. But it just kind of slipped out after that. So just need to get it a little bit more secure for a little bit longer. And the rest does look quite simple from there. So see if we can execute that. No! Oh, man. That was loads better. Got the knee bar so much better that time. And I just played around with trying to figure out where to put my hands for too long. Got up to this hold, came up to the left hand, and wasn't sure of the feet. I think what I tried at the end with the wide left and then flagging probably was the way. But by the time I figured out that that was the way to do it, I was just so tired. My fingers were just slipping open and I couldn't hold on to it. But I think that is the play. Weight further left over the foot, flag low, and then from that I can have a match to bump or just come straight over with the right from there. But yeah, the other thing I'm thinking is possibly left foot on this and then heel hook to come over. but the way I tried at the end also felt pretty secure. So it's just about doing this bit more efficiently and getting that bit right as well. But the difficulty at the end, I've not tried the end until that go, and they're kind of feature holds, so knowing where the best part of the hold is, I have no idea. Like, I never climb at this gym really very often, so I'm not used to the holds that they use, so I'm not sure where it's best to hold them. So it took me a bit of adjusting on the holds as well to figure out where to hold them. So yeah, might take a couple more goes to get that right, but yeah, a lot of good progress. It's a really cool route. Absolutely love this, my kind of style. Some really cool moves in there, and yeah, I definitely think I can send this today. So just gonna rest up and then hopefully give it a good go later. Wicked. Did not realise there was a second knee bar in there. That made that end sequence so much easier. I was slipping the left hand again. I don't think I'd have gone and stuck it if I rode up. But yeah, managed to, somewhat by accident, I kind of just discovered it when I flagged across, that my knee could fit perfectly in there as well. A lovely knee bar, and I could rest up and yeah, send the climb from there. So really happy with that. That's such a cool route. Really cool. I actually love that set. Best set I've climbed in a long while, I think. Really good fun, and yeah, glad to get another V7. That was cool. Okay, I'm going to take what power I have left with me, which is not a lot after that one, into this other V7, which is orange. Starts with a hand on this. There's a little tiny foot chip just here to stand on, and then nice little pinchy start hold from these two. And then it comes straight up to this volume feature, which has got a little foot chip here, and then a relatively well in cut hold here, before another hold on this side, also crimpy. And there's a foot over here, and then a kind of slopey pocket in there, before another slopey hold, and the top hold up there. So I'll quickly talk through how I'm reading this, and then I'll jump into it and give it a go. Okay, so the way I'm reading this, left hand on here, obviously right hand on this, and I think it's going to be right foot on this hold, and then either a heel or a toe on this, that's why it's such a big hold at the start, to then release the left hand to come into this hold. From that I can then kick through with the right, possibly keeping the toe, but maybe just cutting feet into that position, and then it looks like a really awkward next move. Maybe left foot on this, actually, instead, to come over to that hold, and then foot onto here, kind of match that hold in some way, either hand over the top or pinching or something, and then come over to the left hand, left foot out, and then up to the top hold from there. But yeah, I think the sequence in here is going to be tricky to get right. I'm not sure if what I've just said is going to be the best way to do it, but like the last climb, I'll try and figure that out as I go, and yeah, see how many attempts it takes me. Oh, just slipped the foot. I think that's the way to do it. Right hand, left over. I don't know what part of the foot. I think my left foot, the volume that slipped first, and that sent my right foot as well. Yeah, annoyed to fall off that. I shouldn't have fallen off that at all. I had that quite well, quite controlled. then it'd be a case of matching and going up. I think it's pretty simple from that point. But yeah, quite happy to figure out the bottom sequence first at least. That's awkward. The hardest part is matching this hold here. I don't know where to place my right hand, whether to go on top. I tried to match the pocket at that time, but to do that I then had to get the left foot wide, and it was quite a big move to lock off here going up. Okay, I'm going to try this section in isolation this time, try and figure it out from a bit higher up when I'm less fatigued. I think the way I tried it could be correct, but there might be some other options possibly, like I mentioned before, so I'm just going to have a couple goes from kind of these holds, coming up with the left hand, maybe try going up with the right hand as well, so I don't have to match, but it does feel like that body position's a lot more awkward, certainly a lot more shouldery. So yeah, I'm just going to try this and see what happens. God. Oh, so tired. Oh my God. Wow. Okay, I got a bit more through the right hand by going on top of the hold that time, rather than mashing the pocket. So I think that's the play. It just felt awkward when I get the left hand up though. That's what to do with my feet. I was pinching like crazy on that. Didn't feel like my left foot was doing much. Don't know what my right foot was doing. I think my right foot toe hooked under here somewhere. But I just felt a bit stuck once I come up to that. So I need to figure out what to do from there next. It's going to have to be a match, I assume. Kind of releasing the right hand and coming up to this, but my pinch is pretty weak and I get quite fatigued now as well, all the climbing that I've done. So matching that is going to be a bit of a crux. Need to rest up again because I'm exhausted. So tired. Oh, I just had no energy when I got there. I've got nothing left. So exhausted. I tried to generate and just had nothing to pull. Yeah, I'm just too tired today. Okay, gonna end the video there. Hope you enjoyed it. Pretty disappointed to not get that V7 at the end of the orange run. Just a bit too tired really. Couldn't row up to those higher holds, just ran out of energy. Obviously burnt quite a lot on the green climb, which I was very happy with. Really cool, loads of really good moves. That's why I love coming to this gym. It's just a somewhat different style set, but it's more like there's more wall features that are different to what I get at Euston. So you can be much more creative with it. So yeah, really enjoyed today's climb. Hope you enjoyed the video as well. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you want to see next. I'll definitely come back for that orange, hopefully, if it's still set here when I come back next. But yeah, let me know what you want to see as well. But yeah, most importantly, as always, make sure you grab life by the plums, and I will see you in the next one.